Hello, good morning dears. Welcome to Eng-lane English classroom. Yes, now we are discussing SSLC English, 10th grade English, Unit 1, Glimpses of Green. And we have completed the first story, that is Adventures in a Banyan Tree. Then let us move on. You remember that story, I think. The story portrays the happy childhood of the writer blended with enchanting nature. Can the future generation enjoy such a beautiful life? Analyze the following pictures and identify the environmental issues portrayed in them and their dreadful impact. Ready? First one. See, what do you see here? The man is felling the tree, and you know that this is deforestation, destroying forests. Now, second one, you see what is happening here? What are these? And what's its impact? This is plastic pollution. Next, you see what is this? What is happening here? There is sun and it is global warming. Now you see three issues we have seen. The first one is deforestation, next one is plastic pollution, next one is global warming. How can we address these issues? Some sessions are here, you can add more. One is afforestation, planting more and more trees, and we can avoid plastic carry bags and plastic things and control carbon emission. Okay, now we know these things. How can we make people aware of these things? We can have many modes or many means to that. See, one is we can conduct seminars, we can make posters, we can make documentaries, we can write poems and songs, etc. Right? Yes, we have to try all this. You have to prepare a seminar paper and conduct a seminar. You will get many details on this. It's very simple because this is a vital issue now, and then posters can be made. You have prepared posters in the lower classes, documentaries, short films we can make, and poems and songs can be written. And yes, you know, it is the matter of our survival. That's why you have to do these things. Now, who is responsible for this? Let us fix it after watching some more or seeing some more pictures and videos. See this picture. What is here? A beautiful mountain. It has been destroyed by someone, right? And there is erosion. And now you see this picture. Plastic is scattered everywhere, and see it is drying because there is no rain, and excess rain is there, no sufficient rain is here, and here you can see plastic pollution. And you please watch this. You have seen such scenes in Kerala at the time of flood. You remember that? Now you see this one here, one side here, another side, and there's a JCB, and what does it symbolize? And see what's the difference between these two sides. See and observe it clearly. Right? Yes. Now, after watching these things, what do you feel now? What do you feel? Are you happy with what man is doing with nature? See, we have seen many beautiful glimpses of nature in the last videos or in the last classes. God created it in a wonderful way. The world is created in a wonderful way. There is everything to satisfy us, not our greeds but our needs. But what are we doing with the nature? Let us listen to what a poet is saying about earth. Okay? Okay, yes, I think you enjoyed that song. There's a very nice song. In it, you know, the poet says, it is our home, it is our world, we have to preserve it, we have to love it, we have to save it. But what man is doing, we have seen what we are doing with it. Now, see what an eminent poet feels about it. Let us listen to another poem. Ready? Yes? Okay.
William Wordsworth, lines written in early spring. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sang reclined. In that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man?
Okay, I think you have listened to it. Along with that, there's a text you might have read it too. Is the poet happy or sad? What do you feel? He's happy but sad. And why is happy and why is he sad? Do you get it? Okay, try to answer. Where was he then? It's very simple. I think it is in the ground. He was in the ground. And what he hear then? That's also very simple. Blended notes from nature. What did nature link a human soul to? It's also simple. It is there to her fair works. Now see, what grieved his heart? You can answer the questions that you can, otherwise you don't bother about it. Name the flowers he mentions in the poem. Some flowers are there. Are they happy? How do you know that? Okay, now try to answer. Otherwise, see, I think you have got most of the ideas. To make it more easy, let us read it once again. Before that, let us see which is his poem and who is the poet. What does he do here? The poet want to convey. Okay, lines written in early spring. That is the poem, and the poet is William Wordsworth. Here he unfolds, he reveals, he opens for us a world of beauty and happiness. You got the idea, yes? Okay, shall we read it? Before that, let us know something about the poet. This is William Wordsworth, and some information is there. You can read it. It's a major English romantic poet. Lyrical Ballads, a collection of poems written by William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge, made him a major figure in the literary circle. This is a ballad taken from that collection. It was published in 1798. He became a poet laureate in 1843. His famous works include Daffodils, Lucy Gray, and The Prelude. His autobiographical work, In simple, ordinary language, Wordsworth presents nature as an antidote to the corrupting influence of society. He is known as the poet of nature, you know that. And his argument is that the poem should be simple. According to him, a poet is a man speaking to men. That was his concept, his idea about a poet. Somehow, you have to read it once again. It is there in our textbook. Okay, now let us read the poem. Lines written in early spring. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined. In a sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined. In a sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. You have to read it with me. Next stanza. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Let us read it again. I had 1,000 blended knots, while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her favors did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Okay, dears? Now let us try to answer the scaffolding questions. First one is, what does the expression I sat reclined indicate about the poet's, about the state of mind? You know, he was in his blissful state of mind. You know that, in a relaxed, a happy and pleasant state. The answers are, some answers are given along the in the worksheet which is attached along with it. Then, why does the poet feel sad while reclining in the grove? There are some sad thoughts in his mind. That may be about the thought about what man has made of man made him sad. How does the poet associate himself with nature? The nature linked his soul to its fair works. And much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. What do these lines convey? You know, in the first class you might have remember that we have mentioned that all animals and all creatures live in harmony with nature, you know that. But humans disrupted the nature, harmony of nature. Human disrupted the harmony of nature. Okay, you got all the answers? I think no problem. Now let us discuss the poem in detail. Keeping all these things, you please watch this presentation. See the pictures too, the visuals too. Okay, you have watched that much, that will do. Now we are going to discuss in detail. I had 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sat reclined, in a sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Okay, dears, you know, here the speaker is the poet or the poet himself. What did he hear? He heard 1,000 blended notes. Blended, you know, mixed. Notes here means musical sounds. He heard 1,000 mixed musical sounds when he was sitting reclined. He was sitting in a very satisfied mode. Sit here, that means is given as a satisfied. But there is another meaning is the sit. In archaic usage there is the past is said, right? And then he was sitting in a reclined mode in the ground. Then he heard 1,000 mixed musical sounds from nature. And at that time he was in a sweet mood. And there were full of pleasant thoughts in his mind, but some sad thoughts came to his mind. Some sad thoughts comes to his mind. Okay. Now let us see some more things. Here I say reclined means the poet is in his blissful state. He was in a very pleasant state. He was enjoying the marvels of nature, the beauty of nature. Nature is very wonderful, yes. It can give us something to appease our ear, our nose, our eyes, our tongue, and all our organs. I mean that all our sense organs. It can make us happy, right? Okay, I said reclined means the poet is in his blissful state. And you see this word, this line, I had 1,000 blended notes. One cannot hear 1,000 sounds at a time. So there is an exaggeration. Such a figure of speech is called hyperbole. So it is a hyperbole. Heard 1,000 blended notes, it's a hyperbole. Next, see, when you close your eyes and you listen, you can hear the blended notes. The mornings and in spring, there are lines written early spring. Spring, you know, that is the most wonderful and the most beautiful season. So there will be many different types of birds, just as we discussed in Adventures in Banyan Tree. And we can hear it. So it is an auditory image, an image that appeals our ear. Next, there's a visual image grove. I show you this picture. You can shut your eyes and you can bring that grove into your mind. Next, you see these last lines, words nods, and then reclined, then thoughts, and then mind. See, nods, thoughts, they are of same sound. So, A. And declined and mind of same sound, B. So the rhyme scheme is A-B. The rhyming words, you know, the words which ends in same sound can become the same sound, can be called rhyming words. You know that? Notes and thoughts, declined and mind. I think you got all these things. Now listen, blended means mixed or put together. Note means a tonal musical sound. Grove means a small bush or other group of trees. There is no end, sorry. Sat means here, it means satisfied. Another meaning is the sit, sat instead of sat, olden days sat was used. Reclined, leaned or lay back in a relaxed position with back support. Now, let us see the paraphrasing of that line. The poet once sits in a grove in a very calm and relaxed mood. He hears lots of various sounds and songs. That means from nature. He finds solace and becomes much pleased in the songs of birds and music of the woods. At the same time, some sorrowful thoughts come into his mind and he becomes pensive, thoughtful in a melancholic way, that is a sorrowful way, thoughtful, that is thinking about some sorrowful things, that is called pensive, right? Now let us see what's a grove. A beautiful grove is the grove, a topu, you know. Next, this is a mode of recline. This can be or this can be. Here the poet is sitting reclined in the bar. Now you read this. He is reclining in a beautiful grove which is surrounded by beautiful nature. Though speaker enjoys the beautiful scene, he feels sad to think about the deeds of mankind. Here the present poem is a kind of protest against what man has done to man. The speaker is experiencing joy and sorrow at the same time. Now, the next stanza, to have favor, you know, there are six stanzas which are quatrain in this poem. To her favors did nature ling, the human soul that through me ran. We can convert this like this. Nature linked the human soul that ran through human. Here it is through poet, or we all human beings, to her fireworks, to her beautiful works. And that's a very, what the thing is that here the poet sees the nature as something which has ability to create something, to create its elements. And here, and what much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. That means the thought of what man has made of man made or grieved the heart of the poet. Again, the thought of what man has made to man grieved the poet's heart. Got it, I think. The human soul that through me ran, that shows man's vital relationship with nature. Shakespeare's, according to Shakespeare, according to William Wordsworth, he says man has a close relationship. The man has a close relationship with nature. He should be very close to nature. It is shown in these lines. And again, next you see, and much it grieved my heart to think what has man made of man. That means, this line means, man disrupted the harmony of nature. All other animals, creatures and everything live in harmony with nature, but man only disrupted the harmony of nature. And the misery, other things, that is the misery that humans have caused each other. Many kinds of violence, war and many problems, destruction of nature and everything. All this can be hindered by this lane. Okay? And next one is, here you see, to her firework. The nature is here portrayed as something that can create something, and it is portrayed as a human being or something like that. So it is considered here, the poet presents it as a person. That's why it is personification, because which is personification. To her fireworks, he addresses nature as a person and calls it her. That's why it is personification. And you see these lines, much it grieved my heart. These sounds come concurrently there, so it is example, for instance, of alliteration. Here too, man made of man. I think you got all these things, yes. Now the rhyme scheme, just as the first stanza, that is a B. Rhyme words are link, thing, ran, man. Okay, yes, you got the ideas. Now grieve means to feel intense sorrow, fire means beautiful, and nature linked human soul that ran through the poet to her firework. Is paraphrasing, the thought of what man has made of man or made to man made him sad. Again, the speaker knows that nature is connected to his soul, and nature guides and leads him to think about what man has made of man. While thinking about mankind, he is still enjoying the beautiful scene around him. He is enjoying it, but that means his mood, we can see, describe it, bittersweet mood. Bittersweet mood. He is sad, at the same time he is happy. He is happy, at the same time he is sad. Bittersweet mood. Right? Now the main ideas. Lines written early in the early spring early spring is a, we have to correct it, that is not a winter but early spring, is a poem which celebrates the relation between man and nature. Okay? So it celebrates the relation between man and nature. It is written by the most celebrated part of nature, William Wordsworth. It also praises the glory of nature. Serious, these two sentences can be the theme of the poem. When we write the appreciation, we should be aware of it. The poet rejoices the sights and sounds of nature, at the same time laments on what man has made of man. You have seen that. The poet once sits in a grove in a very calm and relaxed mood. He hears lots of various sounds and songs. He finds solace and becomes much pleased in the songs of birds and music of the woods. At the same time, some sorrowful thoughts come into his mind and he becomes pensive, thoughtful. Nature linked the human soul that ran through the poet or through all of us to her fair works, and only one two is needed to fair work. Only one two is needed. And the thought of what the man has made of man made him sad, but man does not understand this link. He disrupted the harmony of nature. Nice ideas? Okay, now let us watch video.
Did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man.
Okay, now let us watch it later. Now series activity 1. What man has made of man is one of the most striking expressions in the poem. Lines written in early spring, you know that. Describes the feelings of Wordsworth. The poet and his thoughts about human activities against nature. What made the poet think so? You know, what are the poet's thoughts about human world? Write at least 3 points. It's simple. We have watched all the things, so you can write it yourself. Right? Now, hope you have learned what you have discussed. Thank you for watching. Notes and explanations are there. Meet you again. Till then.